For those of you who had never had duck, I highly recommend you try this dish. I've had it before. It's really delicious. It's not gamey at all. And describe to us this Wildberry Duck dish. It's just wonderful.
We take a duck breast. We marinate it for 4 hours or so in our Wildberry vinaigrette. And that's one of the vinaigrettes that we bottle and produce in our restaurant.
So just pour the dressing right on there?
Just put it right on. I usually use one of those Ziploc bags.
Okay.
You just put about 2 or 3 ounces in. Put it in there, put it in the fridge, and forget about it.
That's important to marinate in the refrigerator, not at room temperature.
Yes, definitely, particularly for poultry. Now, this dish that we're going to do today can, of course, be done with chicken, and very oftentimes that's a little more affordable for folks. This one we're going to do is a Wildberry duck breast. We're going to sear the duck, 10 minutes on one side, 7 on the other, making sure to take off the fat. We're going to render this. We're going to put some diamond slash marks into the duck breast, cook it skin side down. Just again, that help render that fat off. It is a fairly fatty meat, but that adds a lot of the flavor, so we want to leave that skin on.
Definitely.
Once we get to the point we take it off, we'll take it off and we'll let it rest for a while. And then in that same pan, we'll make a reduction with more of that Wildberry vinaigrette, some fresh berries.
And that would be strawberries, raspberries, blackberries?
It's a equal blend of blackberry, strawberry, blueberry, and raspberry. All 4.
Okay.
Right.
I couldn't remember.
Those are Champlain berries that we get here in New York, and all of our product is a Pride of New York product. About 80% to more of our ingredient in all of our vinaigrettes are New York.
Wonderful. Now, where do you get your duck?
Well, this is a Maple Leaf Farms. It's farm raised. It's not wild duck.
Okay.
It can be available in most of the grocery stores around here. I got it in a grocery store right in Speculator, so I know the stores right here will have it in Hannaford, in Price Chopper.
And then you serve it, you slice it and serve it over.
Right, we're going to serve it over microgreens today with some fresh mushrooms. We're going to toast some walnuts to give a little texture to this salad. It's a wonderful sort of summer, a full dinner, but a light dinner.
It's delicious. It's a great starter dish for people that haven't had duck. Now, how do we toast the walnuts?
Well, we're just going to throw them in a pan, get that pan hot. And as you smell those beautiful aromas coming off, you know what you're doing is toasting it. And you can do this in the oven as well.
Right.
If you don't want to be tending to it for a few minutes, put it on a cookie sheet, put it in the oven for 300, 350 degrees, and just till you smell that beautiful smell.
So that's how we know when they're done.
Right, right. And you know, almost all nuts are this way. Once you toast them or saute them, it really brings out that rich crunch, that rich aroma. And again, you don't have to serve them hot. They're going to be just as toasty tasting later on when they cool, just from having those oils removed from the nuts themselves.
Okay.
As I say, you mentioned before we want to have our pan very hot for the duck, so we'll get that going as well.
And I see the bottom of your pan is a little warped, but that's probably from the preheating.
Right. Yeah. That flattens out as it gets hotter. We use these a lot at our restaurant, so I brought my own pans that you see today. A couple more minutes on those.
Okay.
Okay, that should do it on our walnuts, and we're just going to set them aside, let them cool naturally. Now our pan should be plenty hot now for our duck. But before we put them in, we just want to make some scoring.
Okay, now why is that important?
Well, again, it lets that fats get down through the meat.
Okay, so you're scoring right through and scoring the meat a little bit.
A little bit.
A little bit. Okay. I love the sound of that sizzle.
Yeah, you're going to get a little more sizzle than you might because we're not taking off a whole lot of the marinade.
Okay. And that's got a little bit of oil in it, so that's
sure. Yeah, that's got it.
Okay, now once those go in, how long?
10 minutes on this side.
Okay.
You want this side to be the predominant cooked side.
Okay.
Usually 6 or 7 on the other side. Okay, so at this point we want to take our duck off to a platter just to let it rest. Always important to let roasted meat, grilled meat, any of those sort of items rest for a while.
Okay.
That's a little quieter, isn't it? And we can bring that heat down a little now.
Okay.
And at this point, I'm going to throw in some fruit. And a little bit more of the vinaigrette. And a couple of ounces of stock.
So you're deglazing the pan.
We're deglazing the pan.
Okay.
And we're going to put some of our berries in. We're going to reserve some
Okay.
to garnish your salad.
So that's blueberries, blackberries, raspberries.
Blueberries, blackberries, raspberries, and strawberry, which also is the ingredient in your vinaigrette. And we're good. Let's reduce this down. Okay, the reduction is done. You get that sheen. It's reduced down by just short of half. We're going to slice our duck now.
Okay. And I noticed you threw some thyme in the pan too?
Yeah, fresh thyme,
Okay.
which with all poultry is desirable. And we're at medium rare, which is where we want to be. Now we're going to take that duck breast.
Okay.
I'm just going to arrange it on our greens.
It smells so good.
We've got some more of those toasted walnuts.
And they really were delicious too. I think the toasting also reduces the tannin.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, good point.
Oh, and then that goes over the top. Nice. And this is a special on your menu?
It is. It is.
Great.
We do these usually during the summer months.
Okay, when we come back from the break, we're going to make pork Adirondack.